Morning. Happy Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving week. Scary, we're already here. And ole mole, guacamole. I don't wanna. I hate Mondays. You know what? I'm busy. I hate Mondays. I don't care what it is and what time it is. I hate fucking Mondays. Ask the doctor with your mom. Oh no, Angel. I hope everything's okay. Hi Sherry. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? How are we doing? Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the gifts. As always, I love you guys. And yeah, happy fucking Monday. Happy Thanksgiving week. Scary. Scary. Scary, scary. How am I? Okay. I'm still alive, but I'm okay. Hi, folks. I'm tired, very tired. I had, as you know, I had a busy weekend, and I'm drained. I'm hurting. The norm. Yay! But it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna do this. So there's no easy way to do that. Set this up. But yeah, so I'm hanging in there. Dags, I appreciate it. How are you? How's everybody here today? Are you feeling the pressure of Thanksgiving? Are you feeling the cleaning dread? Oh God, I tell you. I cleaned this morning. Just certain things that I gotta clean anyway. I'm not gonna do anything crazy like shampoo my carpets or anything. It's gonna get crazy, so I don't care about that. Are you cooking, folks? I'm sorry you're feeling stressed. Paper plates are a definite, Elena. Yes. Hi, Judy. Hi, Patty. Hi, Chach. Paper plates are a definite. Duh. Duh, hickey. Carrie, I think, bought like seasonal ones. So, yeah, so I pretty much, you're cooking, oh gosh, Nicole. Yeah, I have, I got my potatoes and I got everything ready for that. I got everything ready for my salad. And that's it. Everybody's bringing a little piece of something. I'm gonna go get wine today, I think. Get stocked up on a couple other things. And then we're done, Hello from Glasgow. Yes, my husband does deserve better, Matt. I agree with you. So anyway, that's it, That's it, still being blasted on social media, I picked up my turkey. You went to the cemetery and picked up your turkey breast? Judy, please tell me you just totally fucked that up. Are they having a sale at the cemetery on turkeys? I'm confused. Oh, you went to the cemetery and then picked up your turkey breast. Okay, I read that wrong. See how I thought she said she went to the cemetery and picked up her turkey breast. I'm glad I reread that. Oh my God. I am just not in the mood to do much today, Boomba. I don't do kilometers. I do miles. Hi Dee, how you doing? I do about 3 miles, 3-ish miles, depending on how I feel. The last couple of days, it's been about 4-ish, right? I'm doing a 5 right now. Never had cemetery turkey, but I'm willing to try it. Do they lay them all out after they, I don't know, and then you just pick them up and pay your fines? That's what moms do, Linda. That's what I was saying yesterday. I cried last night. I did, I cried. I was overwhelmed. And I felt like I kind of forced myself to cry. It was there, but it wasn't fully coming out. Oh, thanks, Nancy. Fun, cruising, jealous, D. So, yeah, hi, Sam. I was sad. I was sad. I was just overwhelmed and feeling very sad, The Chinette's bigger. Hi, Catherine. Yes. I don't know what the hell Carrie bought. But anyway. Does size matter? It depends. Absolutely. Size matters mostly. Sometimes. Not too big, not too small. Somewhere in the middle. Good day with the family. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes. 8-day Mexican. You're having an 8-day Mexican? For 8 days, you're doing a Mexican? Dee, reread what you just wrote. 8-day Mexican. I know what she's meaning. She's doing an 8-day Mexican one. She's doing an 8-day Mexican, you know, shit. We got enough tears out. You know, not enough. Not enough, dogs, because duty called, and literally duty called. Not for me, but no. I woke up, I'm trying to figure out a schedule for Ed, and I'm so fucking tired. So Dan did the first change, then I did a 2 o'clock change and a 5:45 change. 5:45 change from 2 to 5:45 was good. But from the 10:30 to 2 was not good. And I even got up earlier than I normally do at 3:30. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to refine something. I've become famous on TikTok for a joke, for something that is ridiculous, but thank you for making me famous. Get a nice nurse. Oh, that's so nice. Are you gonna buy her? Are you gonna buy the night nurse? Just out of curiosity. Everybody's got a lot of suggestions, and they think, I don't know what the fuck they think. Thanks, DD, I appreciate it. Hot pots. I'm hanging in there. I thank you, DD, I appreciate it. You know, let them. I mean, it just shows the stupid mindsets of a follower jumping on the bandwagon. Nothing pays for anything. And shit, at this rate, Ed's gonna leave after 10 years, so we can't pay that shit out of the whatever he's got left, you know. There's nothing wrong with what I said. Yeah, nothing wrong with what I said. Hi, Pat, Shelly. I was trying to do our normal video. Everything, do you want to do it? No. I don't know what to do. He's pacing around. It's my husband's ADHD mind when he's feeling defeated. Not because I told him no. I tell him no so many times that he would be defeated constantly and in that same frame of mind. It's not about the sex, people. Get over yourself. Dealing with the same situation, it's not easy. It's not easy, Riggs, because there's no easy solution. None. Hi, Janet. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Debs. And caregiving is not an easy situation. I'm in so much pain with my uterus right now. And top of that, like Dan was like, you know, you okay? And I was like, no. I mean, that's what you don't understand. I'm not well. My uterus feels like I just want to reach inside and rip it out. I don't know what's going on, but maybe I'm getting closer to menopause. I don't know. Hi, Geraldine. How are you? Why not give it to him whenever he asks, though? I'm confused. Well, don't be confused, London, because there's no way in hell anybody's getting it every time they ask. B1 complex. Oh, good, Catherine. Back then with cotton diapers for babies. Yes. Debbie, don't think I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Yes, Thanksgiving's gonna be here. I know, casino is calling. I like it because it's a good relaxation, you know, for me. I can just zone out with a little bit, have a couple glasses of wine, and chill the fuck out. Shut my mind off. But I have a lot to do, so I don't know if I'm gonna have a chance this week. Men need to realize if they want it, they should start working on it. Men need to realize if they want it as much as they want it, they need to start. You know, hey baby, what do you need? Hey baby, what do you need me to do now? I got time. Baby, let me sit down and massage your feet. Baby, I love you, you know. Hey baby, what are you doing? I'm mowing, Dad. Oh, all right, that's what I get. He wants it 3 times a day, London. London, he asks me, we could have sex in the morning and all day long. That's what he said, like I'm a blow-up doll or something. You want to do it? You want to do it? You want to do it? If I did it as much as he asked, I would literally be on the bed, right, with my legs spread. And just all day. Nothing getting done. But Dan's, you know, just coming in like a brothel. with the escort on the bed not doing anything. So, yeah, I get one stroke, one stroke and then a crotch grab. Yeah, that's not a turn on. Let me tell you something. A turn on to women these days, 50 plus, is not grabbing a sore titty, not grabbing my vagina that is spasming and cramping now. Thank you, that's new. Anybody have the vagina spasms? Anybody have that? That's a new thing I'm just experiencing. The vagina spasms. Anybody? Alan? Do you have vagina spasms? Bogey? No? Anybody? What is with the vagina spasms? My left labia, it just felt like I was giving birth. Remember when you gave birth? The pain in your vagina? I mean, I've been walking around with that feeling all week. Yes, I'm on HRTD. I'm on HRT. Hi, Dacky. I'm not doing head. I got TMJ. Are you kidding me? Here's the way I look at it. Okay, here's the way. Alan's laughing. No. So, let me tell you, the vagina spasms or something. Last time I said it was delivery, and I was like, why? I did ask Bogey. I asked Nasser, any vagina spasms? It wasn't the whole vagina. It wasn't the whole vagina. It's just the left side, the left labia. It was shaking, it was twisting, it was retracting, detracting. And every time I walked, there was a sharp pain that went up to my left ovary. You know what I mean? I love you, Dee. It's the ovaries. They're dying off. Well, they're refusing. You can die, motherfuckers. I don't need you anymore. My stomach, I look like I'm 4 months pregnant. Has HRT. Adrian, let's put it this way. Has HRT, I have a spasming, painful vagina, Emily, because I'm PMSing so bad. Now my nipples hurt. This hurts right now, running. The way the nipples are moving with the, not well. So everything can die at this point. So I'm hurting. I'm hurting for certain. Does this mean I'm getting closer to menopause? Do you get worse before you get better? I have HRT. I have a patch, and I have an IUD with progesterone in it. I'm hurting, right? Rita had enough of you, London. Sorry. Yes. Amen, Alan. A-fucking-men. Alan said, I'm so glad I'm not a woman. Yeah. I need running cream. Oh, numbing cream. Nip numbing cream. Fuck the pellets. Girl, I got too much time to fuck. You know what I was on the pills. And then I'm too old. They don't like you on the pills this old. I'm 3D. Well, that's scary. Shit. Put me smaller. I look better when I'm in a smaller frame. Yeah, no, so I was on pills. Hi, Martz. Happy. I was on pills since I was 36 for perimenopause. Of course, it sped up in the last 2 years. And I mean, I know menopause is coming, right? It's but like, before you get to the end, is there more pain? Is there more confusion, perplexion, more exhaustion, more bloat? I'm gonna tell you something. My fucking ovaries feel like somebody little match. My daughter's like, Mom, I don't have that feeling. I just cramp. Does anybody's ovaries feel like they're burning? Mine feel like there's engulfed in flames right now. And I don't know how else to describe it. And then I have pressure in my ass. I mean, that could be poop, but I don't know. Yes, I got mood swings. Ray, I'm just talking why I don't want sex. It made you moist? Yes, it's the estrogen. Estrogen, yes. Courtney, you do too? Mine's fucking 550. Shit, I'll take 475. Yeah. I mean, is it poopy? Poopy. I get pressure in my anus too. Pressure in my vagina. Pressure, and it feels like my ovaries. It feels like my uterus is ready to like explode. I couldn't imagine wearing, no, Cheryl, this fucking shit. No, there's nothing coming out. Jojo, nothing coming out or nothing going in, girl. Oh, you did, Mon? Welcome to the family. So, ovaries. Yeah, maybe we'll just call them ovaries from now on. Hey, so everybody 50 and plus, even when you're younger, I don't want to hear it yet, because it just gets magical in your 50s. So I don't want to hear you complaining if you're under 50. 50 plus, you can complain. My eyesight, fibromyalgia. Yes, I feel like I'm giving birth. Oh shit, Courtney, I just busted your ass, didn't I? I feel like I'm giving birth. Swollen. You remember anybody's vag just swell up right before delivery? Have you ever seen, yes, I'm 51. Has anybody seen a monkey in heat? A monkey in heat? Check it out. That's what my vagina felt like and kind of feels like today. Yeah. Then had a partial surgery. I had 5 rows of my periods last week. I fucking hate being a woman. Oink, oink. Yes, I do have the pig. Thank you for noticing. Isn't she fucking cute? Yes. The big red cookie. The puffy. I'm constantly agitated too, Courtney. Come to my life. Let's be agitated together. Cutest pig ever. You're 48 and miserable. Okay, I'll let you in. As long as you're miserable like me, then you can come into the party. You were watching me the other day. Was I talking about swollen vaginas? How do you know when a monkey is in heat? Go look it up right now, Sam. Put images of a monkey in heat, just so you know. Roast beef lips. It happens to a lot of women when you're 50 plus. Any younger women under the 50 have a little bit of roast beef hanging. You know, what you have to realize is roast beef comes with age. Some of us are lucky not to have it. Some of us have it when we're just fresh out of the womb. I mean, we can't control what our labia is gonna do. But the roast beef, just for a lesson for you, because I'm sure you're unaware about the vulva, you have the labia majora, which is the outer lip, and you have the labia minora, which is the inner lips. Those start to descend a little bit as you age and have babies, right? You push, you squeeze, you get banged all your life. Fingers, penises, toys, different sizes, I don't know. Sucking. You know, things pull on those things, right? So my typically, Phila, the labia minora, which are the outer lips, shrink up. So when those shrink up, the innards, I call them the innards. The innards look like they're hanging, right? They could have been cute back in the day when we had the main outside lips. But now that they've gone, where? I don't know. But they leave. Now all the other shit is ready and waiting. Not really for anything, but it's still out there. You could probably define us in a lineup by the descension of the labia minora. I'm pretty sure my husband could spot my vagina in a lineup. Just saying. Thanks, Diddy. Thanks, Brad. Brad's like, I'll look at him all day. I'll be a private investigator checking out those vages. Can I see yours? No, Brad. No. Dan's restriction of spaghetti in the mouth, which seems accurate. Spaghetti? I mean, what is he talking about? You know, and men, you know, here's the thing. You don't ever want to dine down on a woman in her 50s. Or make her shower, make her bidet that shit. Because you never know what's coming. I'm just saying. Hi, Dashi. Pains, especially it's called a rectum cell. It happens to older women. Oh, great. Rectum. Go away. I'm on pain pills. I couldn't live with it. Yeah, I've got some pains. You know, like period. They used to sometimes when I get my periods, you get that sharp pain in the ass. You're like, ah! What the fuck? I'm up now, motherfucker. And you feel the pressure and fuck! There it is again. I don't know what it is. Rectum something. When it hits the water in the toilet, you know you're getting old. I told you that. If your balls are touching the water, get a lifted seat, Bogey. It helps. You're 57 and my body is perfect. Your virginity is so clean. And no discomfort, no pain, but I go manually. Eat very healthy. What? Not soda or alcohol at 57. I feel like I'm very young. You live a very boring life. Yeah, no thank you. Not interested. Michael wants to sign up for that job. Brad, are you in too? I'm pretty sure Craig's in. Bogey, you want to look at that? Just to anybody else. I am much funnier than Dan. Duh. You just figured that out. Anyway. Yeah. Those are the Adam, the one perfect woman is here. Her virginity is still intact. Apparently at 57. She said it was clean. Yeah, she's clean. Eats healthy, no alcohol. Uses her hands. Fucking eat. What the fuck? You lost me at no alcohol. Fuck that shit. Is 65 too old for intercourse? Nope. If you want to do it, open the kitty. I don't know. No soda would put me over the edge. Rectum pain, yes. Nope. Rectum pain. And apparently labia pain. That's new to me right now too. Yeah, I really want to fuck. If only best invention ever. Although it fails sometimes, Michael. Sometimes you still have a little streak when you didn't think so, you know. Never too old to fuck. Iris is there. Are you talking about my kitty? So, men, this is my point. Fuck. 50 plus, we're dying. Okay? Like I said, nobody wants to get pounded when your fucking ovaries are fucking refusing to die. When your fallopian tubes are burning, they're on fire. You have ass pain and you have labia pain. Yeah, please, touch me, fuck me, and bend me over, and no. We're thinking fuck. This hurts like a motherfucker. And we're thinking the last thing on our plate is wanting to fornicate, you know? Shit. I'll be listening like that, my client up. Okay, love you, Coast. I'm gonna go get your present today. Good morning, Myra. Do you have labia pain from menopause? Even if you were in it already, and we're talking about ass pains, you know, those ass pains that get you, you know, it hurts now. Oh, you guys. I'm a great woman. Rose, I'm a pretty damn good woman. Yeah, I'm pretty am. I'm telling you, I was crying last night. I'll tell you, I was crying. I'm tired. My body hurts. My women parts hurt. And I don't stop. I've been on my feet. I eat on my feet. I clean. I get up in the middle of the night. A Big Mac and a BJ. Marty. Caregiving is close to being in hell. Close. Especially when you just want to sleep, right? Painful sex, no thanks, no. No, my mouth doesn't work. Michael, it's tired. She's got TMJ, it's part of her fibromyalgia. She talks all day, she bitches all day. Last thing I know she wants to do is open her fucking mouth. You know what I mean? The mock trial went well, yeah. She's going to be a rock star. She's got to talk a little bit louder. It's funny, she's a loud girl. She grew up in this house. But when she's professional, it's funny. It doesn't project like I expected to. I had a tubal age 23 and I've had it second in 5 years. Girl, stay strong. You can get a penis on Amazon. You don't need one with legs, a torso, a head and arms. Let me tell you. 50 years is over. Shit. So it was fun to watch her. She was in a suit. Grandpa, Joanne came. Of course, she wanted us all to be there. And Jay, Carrie's husband, did a part. So he was a part of Andrew. If those of you who saw my video, me and Hannah kept giggling because he didn't have to say anything, but he had to sit there as the witness. So the cool thing is that, let me tell you the history behind the Auburn. It was built in like 1908 or something crazy. I don't remember, but really old building. So the trial that they did was actually a real trial. And the guy actually was hung at the Folsom Prison. So that's what's cool is these students are given, the case, and they're given the ability to pick and choose what they want to argue, for their defense or prosecution. So it was fun, right? So one of the judges, she actually went to McGeorge with Dan. So when Jennifer walked into class one day this semester, she was like, "Salinger, is your dad an attorney?" And she's like, "Yes." And she's like, "Oh my God, I used to work with him." She was a prosecutor, so they went up against each other. Anyway, they started around the same time, and now she's the judge. Yeah, so it was fun. They got caught up, and she's loving it. So it was fun. It was kind of a cool experience for everybody, right? How did Mark and Sis do with that? Sis wasn't there, and I'll talk to you about that on Zoom. That's not for public humiliation. I'm guessing there would be things you call a certain name that I've never heard. I suppose it's what area, generation from your gene. Oh, anyway, tell Dan, get on them press-ups. The threshold and put to bed. You're right about that. Wouldn't that be nice, Diddy? If he ran a bath for me, said, "Baby, here's some Epsom salts. Get in there. Relax." No. I can't. You guys, you don't see me. I should just vlog my day, No, must have been a different day. No, she was supposed to go to see her niece, but she decided not to go. Yeah. So, Gary, can you be a little bit more clever, honey? That's old. Stop being a bandwagon follower. Yeah, so I don't stop. Zoom saw me yesterday. I get home, got Hannah off, folded her laundry, got her ready, cleaned up, walked her outside, then proceeded to clean up the kitchen, clean the litter boxes, get the garbages, today's garbage day, clean the floors, pick up the shit for the cats, add litter, open up the Chewy boxes that I didn't get to yet for food for the animals, have to break down some boxes. I still have a whole bunch there. My Walmart order came, had to put all that shit together. You're on the right side. So it's crazy. I did not stop. And then at the end of the night, I finally said goodnight to my Zoomies at 8 o'clock. And I go to my bed to get my pajamas. There was cat piss in I just started crying. I said, I can't do this. I'm so tired. Hi, Jihad. Love you, boo. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I said, I'm done. I can't do this. Oh, I had to change Grandpa's bed. At 7 o'clock, he was tired. I forgot his fucking bed was in the dryer. So I had to do that. Make his bed on top of all that. Get him ready. Dan, I said, Dan, you're going to have to brush his teeth while I do this. I can't do it all, Made his bed. As I'm making his bed, Dan plops him on it. I'm like, that's great. Maybe keep him standing until I'm done. But of course I figured out, finished the bed, strapped him in, and then I finished in the kitchen. And then at the end of the day, I was going to take a shower. I see that urine and I just lost it. It's like I just can't keep going. I just can't. Then I woke up at 2, Woke up at 5:47 and have not been back to bed. Dealing with that, changing them, all that stuff. It's a tough job. This shit is tough. This isn't easy, right? Sex is the furthest thing from my mind. Today, I have to go outside and finish the yard because it's yard day too. So there's a couple more things that I haven't had time to do that I'm gonna have to do. And it's just my job, right? I'm a single mom, a part-time caregiver with no help, paying bills, dealing with the accountant. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of pressure. Dealing with no money, figuring out how things are gonna get paid. I mean, I'm the average person still dealing with it. Hire help. God, isn't that the wonderful? I love when people say, hire help, right? Hire help. Hire help. Well, Lord, he does do some things. I was trying to be courteous. All right, I would say 75% I'm a caregiver. The good thing is if I'm really in need, I can get him off his ass and he'll do it. Like yesterday, I was like, I am the hired help without pay. Like yesterday before I left, I'm the one keeping, and here's the thing, it's like, with a baby, you hold them, you rock them, you pat their butts, you can tell when they're wet, right? You too, Emily, love you. He's an older man, so I have him on a schedule. Every 3 hours he needs to be changed to keep throughout the day, right? I'm telling Deanne right before I leave. I had him on a regimen. Mary was like, okay, Danielle, it's getting close to 3 hours. Okay, perfect. Hi, Mads, I saw you come in. And I'm like, when I'm leaving and I can't control it, Dan, change him. All right. No, change him. He's pushing the over 3 hour mark. Like, I'm leaving, I can't do it. He doesn't use the bathroom. Very rare. Very rare. I'm a single mom. Michael, I'm a single mom with I always said that. Everybody always classified me as a single mom with a bank account. Back in the day, I had a bank account. No, I do everything, that's why. My husband and I work full time and take care of, oh God. Christy, I don't know how you do it. Girl, hats off to you, girl. Let me stop venting. At least you have your husband and a nurse in the family. I had absolutely no help. I have a nurse. I don't have a nurse. I have 2 doctors that are anesthesiologists. They don't really specialize in dementia. This isn't a competition, you guys. I bet you're hanging, girl. Shit. This isn't a competition about who has it worse. That's not my intent. You're here because you relate. That's it. We're not fighting over, at least you have. That's ugly. That's ugly. There's a way to do it without attacking, right? We're here all together for a sole reason. To laugh, to mock our situations, to have fun, not to say, oh, at least you have. Bullshit. That's ugly. You're to tell it every 2 hours. Maybe, Patty, maybe. Maybe that's what I needed to do. And for support, making you feel not so alone. Because I kind of am too, in a way. I mean, that's where I hate the implications. Because I am kind of alone too. I'm a woman trying to micromanage routines and everything else. Hi Ken, how are ya? So, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm sassy, Josh. That's called sarcasm, especially with comments like yours. I love my people here. I love them. You guys show up every day. You want to hear the trials and tribulations of the day. You want to hear what my trials are going to be for the day. And, because you understand. Christy's not shoving me under the bus saying, girl, stop your bitching. I'm working, so is my husband, and this. No, that's not the way we do it in here. We say, amen, girl. Amen, The stress carry, oh my God, I have fibromyalgia too, baby. Baby, not only do I have fibromyalgia, I'm in the throes of peri. So, I'm tired, baby. The last 3 days, oh, Susan, thank you for your work. Shit, that's a hard job, Susan. It's a hard job. I'm pooped. And I'm not saying I have it worse than any of you, because every situation is its own situation, and it's subjective to your environment, what you have available or not, right? So I don't know. And I'm here to tell you, don't feel alone, because I feel alone. I feel alone too, in a house full of people. And something's got to give, right? I do have help. I should have more help. And somebody's gonna have to start taking more slack, because I'm about to commit myself to the loony ward. You know what I mean? Everyone doesn't have a jihad. No, we love our jihad, yeah. Mental health is very tough in this situation. My mental health is failing right now, and I'm just being honest. And it has nothing to do with the bullshit you're seeing on social media. Of course, that I was struggling before that shit happened. It's driving, I mean, everybody's like, hey girl, you're famous. I know. You know, it's obnoxious, right? For something that's untrue. But that didn't get me bummed. It doesn't get me bummed. It's the real shit that gets me bummed, right? It's the hardships that we experience inside these walls. The mental abuse that is happening in our brains. We mentally abuse ourselves, right? If we're not doing something right, or feeling pressure to do more because maybe we're not doing enough. And Veronica, I told Dan last night, I said, I'm on the verge. Like, something has to give. I can't continue to go at this pace, because I'm gonna die. I'm going to die. I'm going through menopause and everyday stress. Yes, Lulu, you're in the right space. Or you think 5 of my grandkids, oh my gosh. Oh my God, Kathleen, thank God they have you. And it is a blessing and a struggle. Some days you're like, what the fuck am I doing? And other days you're like, I'm here and I feel blessed, right? I get it. But I'm not well. I feel like crying all the time. And I'm complaining more, inside my house. Like, Hannah was here, and I try to always be better, because I don't want her to feel stressed when she comes home. And I was complaining, mostly about me. I'm hurting, my hips hurting. God, my ovaries, my vagina, my ass. I'm hurting. And it stresses her out, really. Hi Lisa, hang tough, baby. It stresses her out too, because she should be able to come home and have a certain sense of comfort, right? And when she sees me like this, she's an empath like me, so she's upset. And her boyfriend said something to me, which made me believe that, she talks a lot about it. And he was telling me, I'm going for a quick February break to Santa Barbara, because Wesley's in a tournament. And, Justin was cute. He's like, you need to stay for a week. You only stay for a weekend? And I was like, yes. He goes, no, you need to stay for a week. That was really cute. Because there's Justin, it's not feasible. We'll make it, So I can tell, it's something that bothers her. She sees me declining, and it stresses her out. And trust me, I know, I'll die before. Yeah, and why? Why do we do that to ourselves? I think, too, Tamara, a lot of my issue, hi Froggy, hi Storms, a lot of my issues come from, right, when I'm stressed, and you guys can tell me if this is you too. When I'm stressed, I tend to clean more. I rearrange, I decorate. It's a way to cope, right? It's a way to get my mind and my my eyes right, right? Because when everything is disarrayed in my house, I can't settle. And I'm like Dan this morning, I was cleaning our room. You know, I can't. Yeah, I ADHD. What are you doing now? I said, I'm cleaning. This is the only time I have to clean. Mary's here, and then I start on my projects. And then by the time I'm done with my projects, I can't go no more, right? I sit down for a minute, maybe pour a glass of wine, and then start fidgeting around again. And then have dinner, and then have to clean up. Yeah, it's comfort, exactly. I'm searching for comfort. And that's what I did when my mom died. That all started after my mom died. I drink more as well. I clean and I drink more. I clean more and drink more. Yes, and it's a control thing over chaos. Hi, Jane. How's Qatar treating you? So anyway, I mean, I'm just, and this is why I talk about it, because I want you guys to know I'm here, right? I'm trying to hang tough just like you guys. Your son wants tiramisu. Why does he always give you complicated shit? And yes, it's control, right? It's a little element of everything. Control. What else did we say? I don't know. I forgot it. Caregiving has to be totally organized. It does. And it's hard. I got fucked up when my mom died. Right? Me too, Kathleen. I get mad. I got fucked up when my mom died. And I had babies. You know? And I had to keep moving. And I had a husband that was working and gallivanting off to Tahoe because he won a case or whatever the excuse was to escape. And so I was alone, you know? I raised those kids by myself. I always say, hot and dusty. I raised my kids. I was a single mom with a bank account. End of story, right? That's when my fibromyalgia began. I remembered when I was talking to my pain doctor and he said, have you had, you know, an accident or a trauma? I said, my mom. I know, Sam. I know. I cried. I've been crying more this week than I have in a while. Remember when I started Lyrica, I couldn't cry? I called, actually, not last night, the night before, I cried also after in my shower. My mom was too, Katie, and they didn't get a long time with her. Hannah's got some strong connections to her. And it's weird how it's coming out now. It's crazy. So that's when my issue started. Murdered? Oh my God. Some of you have sent me stories and I can't remember who was who. And a body rub with no sexes. Brad, I don't want my vagina rubbed, but you can rub everything else. And that, not you. I'm just talking hypothetical. Brad's like, right, cool. Danielle just said on an open forum, I know, Jane, I get it, girl. My camera was Thanksgiving. Katie, my mom died shortly after Thanksgiving. We cooked our last meal together, our first and only Thanksgiving meal together. I cooked it with her. And then she died in February. So maybe the heaviness of that is also affecting my mental state because it does every fucking Thanksgiving. Every Thanksgiving is really hard for me. I don't care how many years pass, you know? I don't care. Yes, Randall, I've seen it. Of course I can see it. It's everywhere. I don't care how many times. And I did. You know what I said, Cheryl, the other night? Not last night, but the night before? I said, Mom. I actually think I said Mommy. A 51-year-old saying Mommy. I said, I know, Randall, it's crazy. I said, Mommy, I need you. I need you. That's what I said. It's hard, Valerie. It's hard. Oh, Lucy, that's hard too. I know, Brad. Did you hear what Danielle said? Is Hannah coming for Thanksgiving? No. She was just home this weekend. And that also bugs me. You guys, I have to admit that also bugs me. It's the first time my baby's not going to be home for Thanksgiving. That's really hard for me too. It's weird, right? I mean, I know she's going to have, a husband at some point, and we'll have to figure all that out. But she doesn't yet. And I want her home. I want my mom. And I can't have her. You did call her mama. I called her mom, but the last 20 years since she's been dead, I call her mommy sometimes, and I giggle at myself, right? I cry, mommy, mommy. I said, I need something, please come, give me a sign. Please give me a sign I'm not going crazy. Please give me a sign that I'm okay. Please give me a sign you're here. I know, Jane, this is going to be a tough one, girl. It's going to be a tough one. And I talk about my mom, we say mommy. Isn't that funny? I don't call my dad daddy. It's weird. Like, hey, daddy. What's up, daddy? Will you be my daddy? I don't know. I can't do the daddy thing. I have a hard time thinking about when my mom passes. So, yes, Marcy, don't think about it. It's the worst god-awful thing ever in life. I'm sure next step to, I haven't lost a kid, right? So for those of you, I know Storms, and I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine. Like, you miss your mom. If I ever lost a kid before me, I would die. I would die. Oh, Gidget, I bet. Sue, I want to feel her. I want to feel her. I know Amanda, but I need a sign. And when I ask for signs, she doesn't give them to me. She wants to just give them to me when she wants to. It's not fair. You smell your mom? Oh, Sadie, I love that. I haven't smelt my mom in years. Pops, like Dan, since 2018. It's not that long, Patty. It's not that long. I still miss him. My mom passed in 06. Yeah, my mom passed in 06. Near-death experience stuff, it's comforting. I can't watch it. It's not comforting. I mean, my aunt did tell me it's a whole different loss, and you can't compare them, right? And I'm not trying to compare them, but I want to be fair to the people who've lost kids, because I know we have a lot of followers who have. Hi, Bit. I lost my dad, and that's hard, but my mom's another story. I lost my dad, but I lost my mom. I lost 2 of my 4 children. I couldn't. Susan, I couldn't. I don't know. That's got to be the worst. Did you bring my mom back? You did? Oh, Lucy. Lost baby at 9 months pregnant. Oh, Kathleen. At 9 months? Oh, god damn. Moving, and when you have, some people are very close to their fathers. But there's also those of us who are closer to their mothers. Hi, Jocelyn. 15 years of my son's passing on the 29th. He loved this time of year. Oh, Gracie. Remember that a huge part of my mom died. I know. Amy, I'm trying to take care of myself, girl. I promise you. I'm trying. I got marriages to see, weddings to see. I got babies to have. Not me, but my kids. I want to see my daughter, start practicing law for real. Congratulations on, I want to see her graduate. That's going to be a very proud day. And then the next step is passing that bar. And then Hannah graduating from grad school. 2 out of the 3 are getting it done. And that makes me proud. There's a bit, my mom died in February of 06. It was too much. Denise, I know. I'm on Lexapro for my mental state. I should probably up it, but I'm afraid. And I take Lyrica for my fibromyalgia, my pain. It's not a pain pill. I should stop saying that. It's not a pain pill, but it's supposed to relax the nerves very much. I know this time of year is hard, and it's very, very hard on many of us. And that's why we have each other. You got to do the best you can to keep your head up for your kids, your other family members, because some of us are the backbones to the family. Some of us are the reason why our kids still come around, right? Some of us are here because we're meant to be here. We haven't lost our journey's here somewhere, and this is what it's for, to help uplift others. I believe this is my journey, right? Possible. Oh my God, Brad. Yeah, no, thank you. So, this is why this community started, right? This community started because of Ed, right? And our journey. And then Dan stuck with that. I morphed into different things. I became me, finally. I became me, and talking to all y'all and helping so many people. Who knew I was going to do that? But this is my journey. This is what's meant to happen. I believe that. I believe you too. Those of you who are struggling and hanging tough, and you feel like me. You're on your last legs. You can't stop crying. You want to commit yourself. You want to run away. You want to just stay in a fetal position in your shower and cry, and maybe have a bottle of wine with you, or Fern, or whatever your choice is to escape. That's been me. And then along came the trolls, trying to bring me down for not being true to myself, right? These fake image people who want to bash people, but don't want to take any, accountability for anything. People these days don't want to take accountability for anything. Even on social media, they can't take accountability for maybe how their actions have affected others. Even if they didn't mean to affect others, right? They still won't take accountability, and they get pissed off. Well, you can be pissed off all you want, but I was also pissed off, right? So why not recognize that maybe I didn't mean it that way, I apologize, or whatever. It happens all the time, right? John says my page has become so negative. Are you reading the room, John? I don't think you're reading the room. That shows me you're very close-minded. So, you know what I mean? And a time when you're most vulnerable is when that shit hits. And you gotta rise above that fucking shit. You've got it at work. You've got it probably with friends, with family. And they want to bring you down because that's what they want to do. They are on a mission to make you feel like them, right? Period. And this is the time when we're most vulnerable, that it's hard to stay above water. When you keep getting punched down by life, and then you have bullies in your way, right? I'm done. I'm done with the bullies. You want to be a bully? You can have your free power to do so. If it makes you feel better, I'll be your punching bag. Because you know what? I'm stronger than you. I'm stronger than you. Some days it's a struggle when I'm trying to respond to people who really want my responses, and you see all the ugly. And I shake my head and I think, fuck, why are people really taking the time to do this? I had somebody who said to me the other day, I just read this morning, and this is such a great comment. Basically went on and said, you know what? I don't always agree with you. I don't always like the things you say or talk about, but I leave, and I would never think to write something ugly, because ultimately I care about you and I enjoy you. That was nice, right? It's kind of the same thing I am. If I like something, they may irritate the fuck out of me, whether I have friends on social media or not. People get offended, right? Take accountability for your actions. Why can't you say, I'm sorry that made you feel that way, period. That was not my intent. Leave it alone. I know you were having a hard day. I probably shouldn't have been there or said that, right? End of story. But people can't do that. They want to throw and make you the problem. Well, goodbye. I'm done with you. I have boundaries too. Okay, bye. I mean, people that I trusted and I thought were friends. Friends don't do that. Friends don't do that. Friends apologize. And this is the shit I constantly have to deal with. On here, being this person. And that's okay. It doesn't mean I don't know who you are. I know you would never intentionally say anything to hurt me, but it was hurting me, whether you want to defend that or not. What you were doing was hurting me, period. On a day that I was not well. I'm going to speak up, because I think sometimes people take things a little bit too far. And it's okay if I have feelings too. But don't throw them back in my face. because that's unacceptable. You're strong, Danielle, but you're not invincible. I'm not invincible. I think I am. But I'm starting, Janice, at 51 to realize I'm not. I'm starting to realize, that I am invincible. No, I'm not invincible. Fuck, what do I mean? No friend wants you to be sad. And this friend hurt me because, I hurt her, but she didn't really look at how her words and her actions could have affected me on a day that I was completely vulnerable and being attacked every which way. And I see something that a friend wouldn't do, You got to think sometimes. You got to know when to push the limits and when not. You got to know what to say. But don't come and text me back and tell me goodbye because you didn't take accountability for your actions or how I felt. Friends don't do that. Friends don't do that. Friends would say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. And I would have said, you're right, I know. I was just very vulnerable, period. That bothered me, period. We're good, period. But are we good now? After you attacked me? I don't know. Shit! Have you heard of death doula? A death doula, yes. Can I get one? It's called a misunderstanding. And everybody can be misunderstood at the time. I know this person wouldn't have hurt me intentionally, but at the time it was hurting me and it was a bit too much for me. Yes. Can I get one? Anybody know where I could get a death doula at 51 for my perimenopausal fibromyalgia issues? I'm ready to go. It's, the backhanded comments. So you can do it. People have a very hard time saying I'm sorry. People do. People do. But it wasn't like I was going to penalize her for it. I just was upset and I needed her to stop that. Period. I needed her to stop that because it was really bothering me and pushing me over the edge. I went on a vacation with a friend and sent her a text and never talked to her again. Yeah, it's crazy. It might help with grieving. A death doula, you're being serious. I was joking. I don't know. How many times do I keep my one friend no matter how much get ignored? One friend. Even how many times do you get made fun of and you still stick around? I don't know. You're a death doula? As a nurse? What? Girl, come help me. Would I qualify? Oh, Brad, that's my intent. And if I'm making you smile, bruh, that's what's important, right? That's, if you can forget about life for 30 seconds laughing or listen to somebody ramble and you're just escaping, right? That's my job for you. So I appreciate it. No, I'm too damn healthy. Jacqueline, did you hear I got fibromyalgia? I'm walking with a limp. I got perimenopause. My ovaries and my fallopian tubes are on fire, girl. They won't die. My vagina's twitching. Ow, butt spasms. What the fuck? I think I qualify. Jacqueline says I don't qualify, Katie. We're fucked. We can't get no death doula. Maybe you can. She says I'm too healthy. Laura, I'm glad. Fuck. Shit. Katie got me all excited and shit. As death doula apparently is not something I can use. Fuck. I don't want to know about it. Jacqueline just says, keep drinking. Cheers, girl. She didn't say that. I'm speaking what she's thinking. As a nurse, you can't recommend and prescribe wine, but I know she's thinking that. Thank you. Thank you for the prescription subliminally. I asked my PT if she could give me a prescription for wine. She did PT. I mean, she's not going to get hurt. She said, number one, I don't have a prescription pad. She said, number two, I can't do that. I said, well, what if we just fake it so I can show my husband? See? PT says 2 bottles a day will cure any pain. I think she is saying it for Ed. She might be saying it for Ed. Kathleen, I was just having fun with it. Working the holidays can be so difficult on the parents. Oh, Jesus. You know, I can't do it. It just breaks my heart. I've lived for 23 years, yeah. I say you come to Vegas and we can get drunk. Oh, there's the nurse. See, I knew she was thinking that shit. Hey, we come to Vegas every April. So, meet me. We'll do it. I'll be there. I'll be drunk probably too. So, anyway, I like to drink. I'm a wino. Yeah, so just pay attention. Follow me so you can get the updates. But we go, I don't remember when we go, the beginning of April sometime. Hi, Patty. How are you, my girl? You're out shopping. You're out doing shopping and I'm on the phone. Is Kathy driving you? Adeptal is a trained non-medical professional who provides emotional, spiritual, practical support to the ailing and the dying. I'm dying. We're all dying. Fuck, she definitely will be drunk. And no White Castle, Jacqueline. My fucking friends. I do, Deborah. Last night I did. Last night I took my Benjamin and it's been weeks and I hit that fucker and I fell asleep within 5 minutes. You know, the Benjamin makes you, you know, I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it in like 2 weeks because I didn't need it. Last night I was so broken and I was so sad. I couldn't even get through Landman because I fell asleep. My favorite wine, Lucy. Nope, not wearing it. Is Sauvignon Blanc. Yeah. You need Nurse Jackie. I need a nurse. Some days the best thing for you is to have a few drinks. Girl, you ain't lying. Comes to my house for 24 hours. You might give me a morphine drip of Sauvignon Blanc. You'd be like, girl, you need this flowing all day. How the fuck? Girl, I know. Shit. Damn girl, you need to watch, but I know. I fell asleep. I was so, Caroline, I cried last night. Did you hear me? I cried. Yeah, I take Lyrica, which is the sister of gabapentin, so we're twinsies, Amanda. Sam, I'm making a doctor. This hurts big time. What hurts, Sades? Your whole body? Oh, Jack, you do? Oh, I love that. I'm coming. Yeah, in April. I'm trying. No, I can't bend my Benjamin. I can't do. You like White Zinfandel? Ooh, sweet girl. That's sweet. Oh, I know. I need to get off. I was telling Madison I found flannel ski sheets. Did you get them? Oh my God, Debbie, you need to buy them. You need to buy them. I wasn't in the mood to cry about anybody else's shit. I was being selfish, Caroline. I need. Debbie, I hope you bought them. If you haven't, I'm gonna be pissed off. Shit, better than being pissed on. Speaking of being pissed on, well, I had some. You did buy them? Oh my God, that's gonna be the best fucking shit ever. You better send me a picture. You better send me a picture of that, and email me that. I missed some, Amanda. I can't. No, I don't read them. You're kidding me, girl. If I went back, sometimes they show up on when I try to go through comments. I try to go through comments, but some days I just don't have it. You know, when you're vulnerable, you know, it's hard sometimes to go through right now with the attention I'm getting. Dan's pissed. Dan is like, I'm like, leave it alone. Oh my God, you do? Debbie, stop. You better be sending me pictures. Dan is pissed. Dan is so pissed. He's like, you know, I'm like, Dan, leave it. I mean, he's been 2 days. You know, he's just responding. He's fucking pissed off, you know. He's just mad. Now he challenged them, right? He challenged them. M&M's. I love M&M's. A peanut. And he's challenging these fuckers, right? They won't show up to a duel. They won't show up in a duel. Jan's like, let's go. Let's talk about this video. If you're going to bash people, right? And it's not just us, right? It's not just us. Luckily, we have a lot of strength, but there are people they bully that don't, right? So we're probably the first people that have, or Dan is, right? Are the first people who, you know, who probably challenged them. Said, you want to talk about Let This Do Alive? I would have to go to the casino because I couldn't be in the house. Because you know me, I'd be like a bulldog coming out of the room. Motherfuckers, you want to fight? Let's go. Dukes up, bitches. I'll tell you all about it. Madison will help us on a private members. Okay. Waiting for her starting at 11:30 every day. It's your time. It's your appointment time. I'm scheduled in your calendar. Hi, Tracy. Katie, that's sweet. Katie, I'm just like you, trying to keep my fucking head above water, and some days I'm choking on it. So I was choking. I had to fucking let it go yesterday because I was hyperventilating. Third glass of wine, no look at that. Karen, that's a bottle, girl. 3 glasses sounds better than a bottle. I had 3 glasses too, Karen. Get me? You know, some people wake up to be offended or to offend others. Yes, because they're miserable in their own life. Ignore the miserable people. You guys are great. And that's true. You know, people want to bring you down. They're jealous of your success. They're jealous of you as a person, whether it's beauty, whether it's personality, whether it's about what they think I have acquired over the years, which is not much of anything. It is, and that's what comes out in the form of hate. They're bullies. You know, they follow me around, and they come on here. You know, they say, "Oh, do you want to do it?" Which was the title of that video. Okay, so learn the lesson. Listen. Stop following the people. They're like dictators, you know. All these other people, they're dictators, and so they just believe everything they said because they twist it to their own narrative. Well, if you want to believe that, then that's fine. You can keep walking around with your head up your ass. I mean, that's on you. But Dan's pissed. I was like, Dan, you have to let it go. Oh, Lord, you too. You have to let it go. He's like, no, because now I've proven my point, right? I've proven my point. They have no integrity. And if you want to follow people that have no integrity and want to bring people down, that's on you. But that's a lesson, and that shows the type of people you are, you know? Choice is yours and who you find appealing, you know? Drunk again, nothing's changed. Yes, I'm drunk. It's 10:30 in the morning, Gen X. And no, I'm not drinking yet. I will probably. Every day, yes, I do drink. Thank you so much for your concerns. I keep following. Thank you for the view. Love it. Guess he gets pissed, and he's pissed. I'm like, can you tell me to get off the treadmill? Y'all let me walk 5 miles. Hi, Dennis. How are you, boo? So yeah, he's pissed, and he's just like, he will not get off of the fucking internet. I'm like, dude, it's not that big of a deal. But he's like, it is, because they're just messing with the wrong people, right? Normally, most people let it go, right? And they don't deal with it. But Dan's mad. Dan big mad, you know? He's like, no, this is bullshit. They don't get to defame people and get away with it, you know? Just because I'm the first person to call them out doesn't mean that they shouldn't stand up. Show your integrity, right? You really believe this, then where are you at? Come on alive. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with them. When those witches get on the news to educate others. I know, and that's, you have a bar in your house? Well, Deborah, I'm not really, I mean, I do like gin martinis. You got gin? I got I like dirty, but I also have to have a wine bar stocked with Sauvignon Blanc because that's my favorite. He's a lawyer, exactly. He's on a criminal trial right now. People are like, are you gonna sue him? And he's like, no. He's like, I don't have anything against these people. I just want to correct them and show them what they're doing wrong in their creations. They're not building a joyous, accounts. They're building bully accounts, right? Who your friends show who you are. Exactly. Who your friends show who you are. Who your friends show who you are. I always say, you're messing me up. I always say, who you hang out. Yeah, I think I say the same thing. Who you hang out with defines who you are. I think that's what I said. That's what I said. I know, Katie. I have to, sometimes I just have to let it go and not, you are who you hang with. Thank you, Jacqueline. You are who you hang with. I've told my kids that for years. You came off very condescending and very short with Dan's dad. Nick, I don't care. I don't care what you think, right? You haven't taken the time to understand my personality, understand Ed's disease, understand Ed, and understand what was needed to talk to Ed. You have to be short. You have to be direct. Ed was a controlling motherfucker. And at the beginning of him here, you had to state your dominance because he wouldn't back down until he knew it was my house, right? Every situation is different, Nick. So what you need to realize is you need to do some research before you call people out on shit you have no idea about. Period. Yeah. Some feathers flock together. Yes, that's another one. You can't read comments. Yeah, I was trying to tell you I was wrong. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nick. My bad. Gotta have quick fingers, boo. But yeah, I mean, and that's the problem, Nick. You stayed around a little bit. Well, that's my point. I apologize. I jumped to that, but rightfully so because of how it ended. When you stick around, which most people do, Nick, right? When people stick around and they actually really do the research and see it, right? Thank you, Nick, for understanding. They change their view, you know, right? They change their views and they're like, holy shit, Danielle, Nick, I appreciate it because that's what happens, right? They get told they have some judgment they're coming in with, or you see something you don't like, but you got to know everybody's story. You got to know everybody's reason. You got to know everybody's dynamic. And when you speak on something that you don't know about, it makes everybody look stupid. Not me, because I know what I have to do in my situation. Bye, Jacqueline. Thank you for the laughs. I will be having a drink. But when you really see what I do every day and you see what I have given up and you see the dedication I have to keeping my family, to keeping my house, to keeping everything in line, organized and beautiful for everybody to have a safe place, and keeping Ed here after all the trauma that I've had with him and being able to release it and being able to do these things for him, waking up now, my fucking life is fucked, right? My life is fucked. I have to literally get up, right? Like a baby, and every couple hours you got to feed, you got to change, you know, you got to do those things. So I appreciate that, Nick. I do. Apologize for jumping on. So exactly, I've been watching for a long time on your journey. Thank you, Amy. And you know, you have to understand Ed, right? Before you can jump on me. Ed is very controlling. He used to go nose to nose with me, chest to chest with me in the house, you know, at the beginning, when he thought he was the dictator, right? And you can't allow him to do that at the time. I'm not going to allow him to do that at the time. So everybody gave me shit. They still give me shit. Can't you say our house? No. Now, yes. Now, yes, because he's in a different phase. Ed, you live with us, or, you know, this is our house, we live together. And most of the time, if people listen, he says, oh, your house, right? Your house. Because he knows it's not his, ultimately. But at the beginning, he was losing dominance. He was losing control. And that was a big fight with him, right? So I had to puff out my chest, and we went nose to nose, and I would say, you, my house. My rules. I say that all the time. My house, my rules. My cousin gave me a cup that said that. And he would be like, all right, all right. You wanted the job, you took it. No, I didn't want the job, Vern. No, I didn't want the job. I didn't want the job. Do you pay attention? Again, you got to do your research. You got to do your research before you attack me for something you are clueless on, Vern. I mean, again, if you guys want to come at me, no, Evil, I haven't had time. Evil, if you want, Vern, if you want to talk, if you want to come at me, you better have the facts instead of your fucking narrative. Before his dementia, was he really controlling? Yes. Yep. I've been watching for years. Love you guys. I haven't seen you guys recently. Please don't tell me Parkinson's. No, I'm on a vibration machine. Wow, some people are stupid. Yes. Hi, Guax. How are you? Yes. 27, Brian. It is, every time I see Brian, I want to call you Brian Austin Green. Do you know who that is? Because I always see it. It's like, oh, Brian Austin Green's here. Anyway, that's what I think in my head when I see you. Hi, Brian. Welcome. So, and you, hey, Arroyo. I knew you were coming up. See, I don't even look. So, you know, and this is the thing that, you know, when people, and also when you have never dealt with this, but Silver 90210. Yeah. So every time Brian it comes up, it makes me laugh. Because I just always want. I'm gonna probably start calling you now that I said it. Not everyone's going to like everyone, and that's okay. I'm not here to win a popularity contest, right? I'm here to be here for whoever wants to be here, right? I'm here for whoever wants to be here. That's my intent. My hope is that people gain some insight to the anti-bully campaign and find themselves, right? And work on themselves. Because I'm here to help anybody who wants to be helped. I'm here to entertain those who want to be entertained. I'm here because I enjoy it, and this is a great outlet for me. I can mock my relationship. I can have fun with my husband. Somebody said something about, somebody said, I've noticed you haven't done any kitchen chronicles. You know, these people say I like to shame my husband. Well, fine. You want to call it shaming? That's fine. Yeah, I bash him. I mock him for his messes he leaves. Guess what? My kitchen has been not the way I leave it, but it's been wonderful, if that makes sense. It hasn't been why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? When I talk to my husband, he doesn't listen. But when I do it on social media, he starts listening. Okay? You know, learn the relationship and learn, right, how we work and why I do the things we do, right? My kitchen's been never better. You know, there's a couple things out, but not like it was before. You know why? Because the husband shaming, as they want to call it, I mean, he hasn't stopped asking for sex, but he gets people on there who are like, Dan, clean up the fucking kitchen. Dan, your wife's already doing enough. Dan, she doesn't need to clean up after you. And after a year of that shit, he actually pays attention to it, right? Wonderful. Wonderful. I can shame him, and he actually listens. He's a stubborn-ass mule, just like his fucking father. No, I didn't want this job. You think you think anybody who takes on, is he still here? Do you think Vern, with a name like Vern. Hey, Vern. Vern. You know who Vern is that I think of? Who is that milk guy? Wasn't that Vern? No, it's gotten better, you know, because he's finally starting to get it. It takes a long time. He's stubborn, that man. And you know, those of us who take on this caregiving role, it's not a job we want to do, right? It's not a job we're looking for. We don't get paid. We lose our freedom, right? We lose our sanity. Some of us start drinking more. You know, people don't get it. Nobody wants this job. We do it out of love. We do it I did it for my husband. He begged me. He was on his hands and knees crying, Danielle, please. I feel like this is something we should do. I have talked to Jesus, I have talked to Moses, and I've talked to Elvis, and they said, they agree, we just got to give it a shot. So I said, fine, I'll do it, but, right? Okay, it's confirmed now. Finally, you are Dan's wife. Yes, I am Dan's wife. And so, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to do this. I lost the sense. I've lost a part of myself doing this job. I've lost a part of myself. Hold on. Dennis, you know why Dan has more followers? All the old ladies like Dan more. They see Dan like a needlepoint. They all want to do him on the sofa, on his chair. Ooh. Hi, Amy. I'm hanging in. You know, and so nobody wants to do it. We do it out of love, period. That's it. We do it out of love. We do it out of feeling, some people feel an obligation. Some people feel, you know, like we did it. Dan quit his job, right? Out of it, just so you know, like Dan was making money, right? Like, hello, people don't get it. Oh, you're in it for the money. No. Money was in law. I had a nice life with money. My bank account was fine. It's no longer fine. Sandwich generation. Yes, Katie, I just learned about that. Was that you who told me about that? Even harder when it's your loved one. Even harder when you've had trauma with this loved one that you have in the house. Trauma that I didn't like him, right? And bye, Sammy, love you. And I had trauma with him didn't care for him, and yet I still took him in my house. I had to learn to let go of certain things. I had to fix some of my things in order to take him in. I had to do a lot of growth in order to succeed in this. So, in that, with that being said, I'm still growing, right? And that's what I talk to you guys about, is how hard that transition was for me. In the news segment caught a part of that when I said it wasn't good. I ran out of the house many times barefoot with no purse, no nothing. And I just cried. I did not want to go back home. I did not want to deal with what I dealt with in my childhood. That was a trauma. Ed was a trauma for me. And it was very hard. And the only person that was on my side was Joanne. She said, don't expect your wife to do this. It's not fair. I sacrificed hugely for my husband. But in turn, I gained a platform. In turn, I've grown, right, as an individual. I've let her out of her cage, right? I've let her out. She's here. And I am that person now that I've always wanted to be, but was too insecure to let it go. In turn, that did a lot of good for me. In turn, I can say now I love that man. My mom's flipping out. Even my family in Nashville are like, what? Huh? Yeah. I can say I fucking love him. I'm one of the issues today that Dan and I are fighting for. You got to go change him. I'm busy. It's been 3 hours. Get the fuck up. Get off social media. Go change him. Go change him. I'm the one who's like trying to fucking keep him healthy, clean, lack of bed sores, doing you too, Maria. I'm trying to do all that stuff. I'm one fucking person. I love that man. I let it go. It's one of my biggest accomplishments in life, other than being a mom, is being able to grow from the trauma that I had with that man into what I'm doing today, and wiping butt and showering him. And, it's a crazy thing. And I did it. People say I can't do it. Oh yeah, you can. If I can do it, you can do it. Hi, Nona. I'm on my second. Oh my goodness, I'm like that at Good Parents. Yeah, my mom was struggling with her life. She married Ed as like a business, right? It was a business. And I get that, Jessica. It's hard. Like, what your limits are, right? I didn't know that I could be here today. I didn't know I could say I love him. I didn't know I could kiss him on the head and rub his head. I didn't know that I could be who I am today. I didn't think it was possible. I let everybody define who I was, and that's shitty, right? That's shitty. Today, I'm proud of who I am. I stand up for who I am. I stand up for other people, and I fight back because nobody has the right to bully me, right? I've come a long fucking way. Love you, Janet. I've come a long fucking way. And if anybody has anything bad to say about me, they can go suck a bag of dicks. Put that on the news. Does he realize? Yes, he knows who I am. Sometimes he gets and says, sometimes he says, I remember you when you were this little, He remembers. He doesn't remember his kids, but he remembers me. Always remembers me. Why is that? I don't know. I don't know. But he remembers me. He looks to me when he's concerned. The other night, he looked to me when everybody was over and said, Danielle, I'm ready for bed. Danielle, where's my room? Danielle, I think I want to go now, It's me. I'm his person. And that is not because I hate the man. Not anymore. It's because he feels comfortable around me, right? If you look at his eyes, people the other day, if you look, and because he hurt me the worst, maybe, Portia, maybe he feels like he has to make up for, I don't know. It's weird. We have a weird connection, and it's strange. I have goosebumps right now. It's pretty amazing. My mom and Ed were married young. I feel very connected with him. Um, and I would have, like, you guys don't understand. I would have never thought this would happen. I would have never thought that I could say I love him. I would have never thought I could do this for 5 years and until he died, you know? I never thought I could do this. And I don't know what happened, but it was a feat. I mean, it wasn't easy. The first 2 years, I thought I was gonna kill him or kill myself. And he couldn't, right? He's diseased. So I had to be the one that was stronger and willing to make amends in order to care for him, right? Um, I make amends. Sometimes I'm irritated, right? I mean, like with anybody in your family, he irritates me. And sometimes I like when he eats and I'm like, oh my God, what? He did the same thing when he was little. You can see he knows your name when he doesn't even know Dan. And that's the whole thing. Like, he knows Dan, but he never, like, I'm a constant Danielle, 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 Danielle. Why did Ed and I start on uh, and I'm not getting into detail of the past, just so you know. He married my mom, or my mom married him for security. She moved us from Nashville to California. I think at that point in her life, she was looking for structure. She was looking for support. She was looking for protection. She met Ed and thought that that was a great opportunity. She wanted one more kid. And so it was more like, okay, we're going to do this. And he was lonely. And you got to remember, I mean, Ed and Joanne were divorced for a long time. People said, oh, he left Joanne because he was having an affair with my mom. No, I mean, people, stop being ugly. They're looking for things to create drama, to get clickbait. It's ridiculous. It was years before he met my mom after Joanne. And so they both were lonely. They both, we thought the same thing. He was a controlling man. He was controlling. He was an ass. That's it. That's all you need to know. I didn't like him. I didn't like the way he talked to my mom. I didn't like him, period. I didn't want her to marry him. Every time he came over, I ran away from him. I didn't like him from the beginning. I don't know. Call it a hunch. But, yes, married for security. Thank you. But look at where I am today. Everything happens for a reason. It happened. My mom, in the end, got what I guess maybe got when she envisioned. His white meat. She wanted this at the end of her life. She wanted her family, her kids to be happy. She wanted things. She sacrificed a lot too, with him. And in the end, hi Salsa. In the end, she did good. She planned it well, right? Without even knowing. I married somebody she was happy with, and she knew I would have security. She knew he was going to be a pain in the ass, but she knew. She always said, treat my daughter right or I will haunt your ass, She knew it was going to be a tough marriage in different ways because of Dan. And the Salinger blood. But she knew we would be good. She knew I would be safe, and she saw 3 of my kids, and she got to see them and know that everything was going to be okay. Yeah. Your mom was amazing. My mom was amazing. I mean, you know what I mean? She planned it. And although it wasn't her perfect fairy tale, in the end, I mean, she has talks with Dan. I mean, I didn't know some of the talks that they had before, and, really good talks while, we were younger and going through, and they used to sit out together and, just have conversations. And I didn't really know that. And I miss my mom. Like, my mom would have been such a part of this community. I mean, you guys would have loved her. We would have been a dynamic duo. My mom was a great woman, but very faulty, and ran away from things, didn't address things, but made sure her kids were well taken care of. That was her love, her kids and her grandkids. And unfortunately, she didn't meet Josh, she met Josh, obviously, but she didn't meet his wife. And she hasn't met the kids. And I feel guilty every day of my life when we're together. I feel guilty about that. I could cry. That makes me feel guilty. Yeah. Have you seen the AI video? Yes, I've seen all the shit about me. I have no younger. Yes. So Josh, we share Josh. So my mom and Ed had Josh. So Dan had 5 siblings. Joanne and Ed got divorced. He married my mom. They had Josh. So we share a half brother. So like I tell the cousins, they're double cousins, because the cousins with my kids and Josh's kids are probably, if you did a genetic thing, I bet you they would probably be seen as like siblings or something. So I'm like, you're a double cousin. Ha! How does that make you feel? Should make you feel special. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, and I'm really sad. I don't know, Mandy. It's because it's the time of year. Hi, Mary. How old were my kids when she passed? Jilly, my kids were, Jennifer turned 7 2 days after she died, 3 days after she died. Hannah was 3 and a half, 4, and Andrew was 17, 18 months. So they were young. So of course, the weirdest thing is, and I don't say this is weird, but I think the coolest thing is that, did you hear me? Yeah. Was Josh and his mom. Yeah, Josh, you know, our mom was a really cool mom, you know? Our mom was a really cool mom. She was badass. You know, she did the best she could. I don't look back. I almost feel sorry for her. I feel bad. I have deeds. I feel bad for her. I really feel bad for her. I feel she sacrificed, you know, for love. She sacrificed for me. You know, she thought she was doing the right thing for me in the end. She wanted one more child. And there was, let me tell you, that marriage was a sacrifice. And, we could go to our mom at any time. Josh could go to her. They were very close. I mean, I think they went and got tattoos together, you know? I was supposed to be on that trip too, but Dan, I had the kids. I couldn't go. That also makes me really sad. You know, in hindsight, you wouldn't watch the kids, you know? Josh has it. And that's a memory he'll always have. Thanks, Zipper. I appreciate it. Can you, which one is your mom? Janice is my mom. I do have 2 other siblings from my dad's side, on my dad. Yeah, you know, Dan had some, you know, he had some flaws back in the day. Some flaws. We all have flaws, but, you know, there was things, you know, that, yeah. Mothers do always sacrifice themselves. Josh is 42. I'm going to be 52, so Josh is 42. Yeah. And, you know, the benefit is that Josh, we're very close with that family. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very close with that family. No, you know, you can't be close to dead. That's what people don't understand. There's no closeness with Ed. Like, you can't get, even today, like, it's so funny. People would laugh at me because I'd be like, even today, we were laughing about it in the car up to see Jennifer's mock trial with Joanne. I'm like, it's still today, it's the same thing. Ed will say, how are you doing, Danielle? I'll say, oh, very shitty. My feet hurt, my back hurt. Oh, okay, that's good. You know, he's surface, right? You are married. He's very surface. You don't have that relationship with your dad. Anytime you need, you're in jail or something, Dad, I need to be bailed out of jail. God damn it, you know, God, how much is that? God damn it, you know, but he'll be right there. You know, he'll be right there. But he's not you can't really have you can never really have a relationship with him. It was impossible to penetrate. Like, it's really hard. Do you understand? It's like hard to explain. And some of the siblings are the same way. They're very surfacey. You can't get deep with them, if that makes sense. You work with dementia people? Yeah, and he's not cold because he loves his family. I mean, that's the thing, is he loves his family, but it's very, I mean, I always use the term narcissistic. I always use the term narcissistic, and Dan gets so pissed off, right, at me. Tish, I just said it. Yeah. Like, I always feel like he's very narcissistic. And everything was within his control. Like, the relationships with kid, he called every kid every night, Ad, you good? Yep. All right. All right. Just checking in. All right. Hey, Dave, what's going on? Just checking in. Calls down every kid. It was like that for the whole, that's it. It was no like, let's go have lunch together. I mean, we would eventually, but it's not that type of relationship. It wasn't that type of relationship. He's not a cuddly guy. He's not like, hey, let's go have fun, Connie, again, it's not, I mean, did you get this? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't be the dad you would call if, you wanted to, I mean, you would share excitement, right? But he wouldn't be the first person you call. You know what I mean? He wouldn't be the first person you call. Connie's still having trouble, like, understanding that. Again, Ed's Ed, and he's been that way. There's no kid that got a different side of him. They all got the same Ed. Sis and Dan seem to be the most smooth. I think smooth. Oh, Susan. I'm just gonna be kind. Yes, Daryl. Back in the day, it was really cool when we had Thanksgiving. My mom hosted. Any big dinners my mom hosted. Joanne always came over. They used to literally talk and make fun of it. They literally would just be like, Janice, let me tell you this. And my mom would be like, Joanne, you don't even understand. And so they would literally, they had utmost respect. You know what I mean? It's hard, Connie. I know you want to make sense of it. Just know that, he loved his kids, but he couldn't get, how I am, or, like Dan is with his kids. He loves them, and he loves when he's home. He'll come out and say hi, but he doesn't really call them on the phone, and he'll stay in there. He just likes the comfort of hearing them home. You know what I mean? He doesn't sit there and sit down and have long talks with them. Like, what's going on? What's this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that way. And so, they do. It's a love from the distance. I love my family. He wants the most from his family, the best for his family, but he's too preoccupied with himself, right, to really, or doesn't know how to engage, right? I think a lot of it's engaging and not knowing how to engage. Like even Dan, I mean, a lot of his, I'm a psychology major, child psychology, right? So I look at his behaviors that he has with his kids, right? And Joanne, his mom, also was a psychologist. And so she worked with victims, in the court, victims witness. And they do. We were talking about it on the way up, and, they don't know how to, they've never been shown, they weren't that helicopter dad, or they weren't the one in the middle, wrestling with them and doing that shit. No, I was always the one. And it doesn't mean they love their kids any differently. It just means that's the way they do it, right? And they don't know. Like, I text my kids, or I'm go with them places, and it's just the way it is. I mean, it's like it is the way it is. I can't change it. But I think most of Adam's different. He's very involved. He goes to, games and does all that stuff. Dan doesn't go to games, Dan doesn't go to game. I mean, he doesn't, he loves that I'm very involved with the family, but he can't do that. He's ADHD. He gets anxious. He has to move away, and that's just him. But when my son comes home, but we talk daily. Yeah, it's hard. Family dynamics are very different. And Ed was like that. Like when Joanne tells stories of like the kids, when Ed would take them, Ed would just be like, this is where I want to go. Everybody's coming, and he'd load everybody up in the car, and he would go look at airplanes because that's what he wanted to do. It wasn't like, oh, let's go take, the kids to the park. It was like, no, the kids are going to go here where I want to go. It's not about what the kids wanted. It was about what he wanted. So, it's one of those things that it's a hard dynamic. It's hard to explain. He's so lovable now. He is. He's very lovable now. And if he was the way he was today, as he, to replace what he was back then, it would have been a very different dynamic, I'm sure. And I'm sure the kids would have learned how to cope and react with their families better. I mean, that's just my interpretation as being a psychologist. Everything trauma happens in our childhood, right? Relates into the future and how we treat situations or how we become and how we stay in the mold of our parents and how they raised us and how they were, or we say, no, I'm going to break that cycle. Dan got more emotional as he got older, Mandy. But yeah, I never saw Ed cry. The first time I saw Ed cry was when we got we thought she had a stroke or something. And it was the cancer, obviously. I mean, I was like, ugh, it's cancer, but he cried that day. All of a sudden we're driving and we all three were together. Ed was in the front seat, Dan was driving, and all of a sudden we just heard this, I was like, what the fuck was that? And I just saw Ed's shoulders moving. And it was the first time I ever grabbed him from behind and hugged him, because at that moment we were both in that thing. Forced to do what he wanted. He said, you will go and you will enjoy it. Yes, that's exactly how Ed was. No, this is what we're doing. And so it was just really hard, it wasn't one of those things that I can say he was close. He in his mind, he was close. In his mind, he had the perfect relationship with his wives. In his mind, he couldn't understand why Joanne divorced him. I mean, again, lack of reflection on behaviors and the way they treat people. It's hard with family dynamics. And, here's the thing. I've had a very traumatic childhood from the beginning. My life was just destined for trauma, and I had it. Trust me, I had it. Trauma was my life. I saw what I didn't want to be, right? I saw how I wanted to be different. And I remember I remember sometimes just crying in my room saying, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be her. I don't want to be him. I don't want to be married to him. I want to do things different, right? And I had this huge fantasy of white picket fence, 2.5 kids, the 5 dogs, all that shit. And do I have my fantasy? No. I got a marriage who was convenient, and I just said, shit, I'll take him. He's the first person I've seen. I'm going to just imprint on him, and he'll give me kids and give me riches. And he gave me riches for a while and then decided not to fucking work anymore. So here we are, just scumbagging it up in life.
I fooled her. Come marry me. I'll give you those kids.
He gave me.
And then I'm going to bring my dad in to live with us. I got her.
Cheryl wants to know why you always show up.
What?
Cheryl. Because he's bored.
This is what we do.
Here's the thing with the shaming of my husband. That's what happens. He came out to see. Let me finish. Again, every time he cuts me off or yells at me or whatever, I'm like, done. I walk out, click it. Nope, not going to deal with it. He doesn't let me finish. Nope. So in that shaming video, you know what I mean?
Let me hand feed ammunition to my enemy.
In the shaming video, he came out because he was feeling some sort of way. He was pacing back and forth.
I was waiting to go for a walk.
Even doing it at that point, if I said yes, he would have been like, I don't want to do it. It was in the mood he was in. That's why I was making fun of it. And so that's what I knew. He came out because he was bored. He was putting things off, and he came out so he could do exactly what he's doing.
She doesn't even know what was going on in my mind. I don't think she does even today. But no, I wasn't bored. My dad was having a bad morning.
No, you get in this phase like this morning, when you're focused on something like these idiots, you're pacing, everything's going on, you feel a certain way.
Right, and that morning.
And you're procrastinating right now. So he comes out here.
Right, that morning, my dad was having a bad day. If you just listen to the video, I'm saying I can't leave until you're done.
I don't want to I don't want to.
I know you don't want to. I'm just explaining. You just said something. I'm just telling the truth.
This is my life.
Right. It's my mind that you're talking about. How I was feeling. You don't know any more than those creators who posted it. What was in my mind. I was having a bad morning.
By the way, yes, I do. I pay attention and I know what your mind's like.
But you didn't know. I explained to you right there in the video.
Understand.
My dad's having a bad day.
So you can't pick up on fucking
Oh, I know what you were doing.
No, you don't observe things. Like, I know when you're deflected. I know when something's going on. You act like I don't, because I'm observant and you're not. You don't pay attention that way. That's a Salinger trait. They don't have social awareness, but I do. But at that time when I was videoing, I did not know he was feeling that certain way. No, because I just anticipated him coming out like this.
That's the way most of our videos happen, spontaneously like that. And that's
cutting me
what
off
she was anticipating.
all the fucking time. He doesn't, again, social awareness. You wait till somebody finishes and then you come on. So, and that's what I do. I catch him on videos. I did it yesterday when I was driving up. I knew he was going to be pacing outside waiting for us because we were gone. Sure enough, he was pacing outside and I turned it on. You know, that's what I do. That's my content with him. I catch him on things. That's it. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to go because I've been on here forever. Jane, you wish you could have this toxicity.
Jess did respond. She has not agreed to come on, but she did come on and say, hey, you've already basically made your response, right? And she's right. We do have a platform. And I messaged her back ensuring her that, you know, this is not a trap. It's not an ambush. It would be friendly. It's just clearing the air. I have no ill will against either Emily or Jess. They just got it wrong. They got at least what was in my head, they got wrong. And that's all.
Yeah, but they do it to everybody else too.
Well, that's their content.
Okay.
Right?
Anyway, I'm going to go because I got shit to do because obviously I'm the only one doing the shit. So I will see you later. Remember, you are important, you are worthy, and you matter. Remember, your feelings are yours, and it doesn't matter if everybody should respect your feelings. With your husband, I should be able to say, I'm feeling this way, and he should be able to say, I hear you, I understand you, I'll try to do the best I can. And if they don't, get rid of them. Bye, Dan. Anyway, okay, I love you guys.
Live that. I don't have to say it, I live it.
Bye. See you on the flip side. Tonight's supposed to be a live. I'll see how I feel. We'll go from there.
Well, I hope we're doing a live tonight because that's what I told everybody.
Something, Nick.
So
Definitely.
I hope you're up for it.
Anyway,
Early.
Okay.
A little earlier than normal.
I don't.
The Niners are on Monday Night Football.
Okay, well then maybe we don't do it. Anyway, love you. Bye.